What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Seahawks. I'm going to be previewing the Seahawks game today. I was supposed to make this video yesterday, like right after that Mariners video, but I had to go to a Suns game. We took that L to the Pistons. The season's already over. I'll make a video on that potentially, depending on how I feel. I say that I, will make videos other than the Seattle sports. But I feel like my main focus right now should be on Seattle sports right now. So I probably won't make a video on the Suns this year. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about this game. I'm going to be talking about last week as well, since I wasn't able to get to it since I was out of town. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I literally just woke up like not even 5 minutes ago, so I'm still like half asleep right now, but I just wanted to get this out real quick. So yeah, but yeah, Seahawks play again at home. This is the final home game. No matter what happens with this game, we will ensure a losing record at home, and that's just not good. That's just not acceptable. Firstly, before I talk about this game against the Vikings, I need to talk about that Packers game. We got embarrassed. I mean, we got absolutely clapped on our own floor. And the worst part is that there was a "Go Pack Go" chant that was eminent throughout the entire game, and that just makes me so mad. I'm not blaming Seahawks fans. I want to, but I don't know what's going on with you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys sold your tickets for any reason. Like, if you had something going on. Like, I'm not going to assume you guys just didn't want to show up to the game. I just think that like, you guys didn't show up because the team didn't show up. I mean, 13 points, couldn't get a stop in the first half, 2 straight touchdown drives to start out the game allowed. It's just that the team did not show up, so I do not blame Seahawks fans for not wanting to show up as well. I wouldn't. I mean, that was just an embarrassing game. The defense, it was honestly it just shows that this team is not where it needs to be, and that's okay. I mean, it's Mike Macdonald's first year. He's going up against a seasoned coach in Matt LaFleur, who's been in the league for a while and knows this league. So I'm not exactly, I'm upset that we lost, but, it makes sense that we lost. I mean, the team is still good. It's just that we faced a much better team in the Packers, who's in a stacked division, as you can see right here. Detroit and Minnesota are tied for first right now, and Minnesota could potentially leapfrog Detroit for that first seed if Detroit does not continue to win games. So they play the Niners, and it's a must-win for Detroit if they really want to win this game. Actually, no, they play the Bears. Sorry. Who do the Niners play? Oh, they play Miami. Yeah, so yeah, they're probably going to lose that game. But this is a must-win because look at who the Jets play, or the Rams play. They play the Jets, and the Jets are just not good of a team. And I mean, if the Jets can somehow eke out a win against these guys, that'd be great. But I'm not getting my hopes up, so you have to rely on us getting our wins. But yeah, we have to face Minnesota. I mean, they're no joke. They're 12-2. Sam Darnold has proven he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year, and it's no joke at all. It's just we've had multiple times to put ourselves ahead, and honestly, I want to say this right now. It all starts with the quarterback. You guys, I have been a Geno stan for most of this year, but that game, and and I can't really put fully the blame on him because he got hurt. But last week he was horrible. He was garbage, and it's just he continues to make mistakes that he's not supposed to make. I understand that he leads the league in game-winning drives since 2022, but you have to keep in mind, who did he face when he was doing those game-winning drives? For example, I mean, earlier this year, we had a game-winning drive against the Patriots. And what record is the Patriots? They are 3-11. And we barely won in overtime by 3 points. And that's not really something you want to like hang your hat on and be like, oh yeah, we got a game-winning drive. And then look at the Niners. Yeah, Gino, I have to give credit where credit is due. Geno made that great comeback drive in the fourth quarter. But keep in mind that happened when Nick Bosa went out. That would have not happened with if Nick Bosa was still in the game. And like we were facing a Niner squad that was decimated with injuries. So like I said, I'm happy that we won against the Niners. But I know I'm probably speaking 2020 hindsight at this point. But even when we won the game, I was like, oh man, well these guys are nuked with injuries. We wouldn't have would we have beaten them when we were fully healthy? If they were fully healthy, and Geno he continues to like the 2 weeks like he didn't commit a turnover. He didn't play excellent. He didn't play like Josh Allen. He just did what he was supposed to do as quarterback, and that's not what we need as a quarterback. Like trust me, I like Geno as much as the next person, but Geno is not the guy that's going to get you to a Super Bowl. He's not the guy that's going to even win you a playoff game. The reason being is because he's just he's not an elite quarterback. He is a good quarterback. He's a good system quarterback, but he is not the guy that is going to take you to the next level. I've said this in the past, and I will continue to say it. He's not that guy that's going to take us to the Super Bowl. The only way that we could potentially make a run with the Super Bowl is if we had Legion of Boom back, and we don't. We do not. You can clearly see that this defense is not the Legion of Boom. At least it won't be anything like it. And when the defense is having an off night like it did last week against Sunday, the offense is going to stutter. And to be fair, the offense had a horrible game last week, and that doesn't help the defense out a lot. So the defense giving up a lot of points was really a cause and effect of the offense not doing anything. First, I got to talk about that red zone interception that Geno threw. I literally told him when we got into the red zone. On that drive in the first half, when Geno had the ball, I literally said, Geno, whatever you do not throw in a red zone interception. And what in the world did he do? He threw a red zone interception. I understand. Excuse me. I understand that he was under pressure. I get that. But in that situation there, you have to take the sack and you have to take your points, or throw it to the ground or something. But you're just chucking a ball up in the air, just saying a prayer that somebody gets it. Well, yeah, somebody got it. Just wasn't on your team. So Geno is really getting on my bad side because he keeps making mistakes that he's not supposed to make. And you guys could say, oh, well, if Geno didn't get hurt, we would have had a chance. We weren't doing anything with Geno in. When Geno got hurt in the third quarter, we only had 3 points on the board. That's unacceptable. So he's not the guy that's going to get us to the Super Bowl. He may get us to a playoff appearance, but I'm going to be honest with you. The past few weeks, we've won in spite of Geno, not because of Geno. You can say, oh, yeah, but he didn't throw an interception there against the Jets or against the Cardinals. Congrats, I guess. That's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. You're not supposed to turn the ball over. So he didn't have spectacular numbers. He didn't have Lamar Jackson numbers. He didn't have Josh Allen numbers. He didn't have Mahomes numbers. He just played okay games. And we don't like we need like in today's game, you need to have a good passing attack. And yes, Geno is third in the league in passing yards, but he's 14 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Like I said, I know some of those interceptions weren't his fault, but the interceptions that he does throw, he throws them at untimely times and throws them when he knows he's not supposed to throw them. He's been in this league for 10 years. He's been in this league for a decade, and he still does not understand, he doesn't understand the simple philosophy of knowing when to take your points. And that right there, guys, I'm sorry, like, if you guys want to potentially make a run at a deep playoff run in the next few years, that's not going to cut it. Geno's not going to cut it. You guys can get on me all you want about Geno and say I'm a Geno hater. No, I'm just a realist. Geno is not that guy that's going to take us deep into a playoff run. He has not been able to replicate that success since 2022, and that, like I said, that's due to Dave Canales. I mean, look at what Dave Canales started to do with Bryce Young. Like I said, Dave Canales has got to be an all-time great quarterbacks coach because, like I said, he has not been able to replicate that. He has not been able to replicate that success since Dave Canales in 2022. So I don't know what we'll do at quarterback after this year. I'm hoping that we'll either draft someone or potentially we go trade for someone. I'm hoping we can draft someone. Whether in the second or third round. I feel like there's going to be some good dark horse quarterbacks in this draft next year. So, but I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, like Geno has been sold last game. Like, if you really think about it, the average point differential in a game is 3 points. He took 3 points off the board by throwing that interception. So, like, for example, when let's see, when Ernest Jones, he forced that fumble early in the fourth quarter with like 11 minutes left, and we immediately scored a touchdown. It was only a 2-score game. Just imagine if Geno didn't throw that interception and he left just Jason Myers to kick that field goal. It would have been a 1-score game, and then the defense got another stop. The offense would have played more conservatively, I feel like, because they want to be able to tie the game. Like, you can't take points off the board as a quarterback. And I know Sam Howell didn't do any better when he went in for Geno, but keep in mind this dude got thrusted into the fold out of nowhere. He wasn't expecting Geno to get hurt. I wasn't expecting Geno to get hurt. I don't even think Ryan Grubb or McDonald was expecting Geno to get hurt. So you can blame Howell and say he was trash, and that may be, but we've only seen like a fourth of a game from Howell, and the O-line was horrible this game. 7 sacks allowed. I mean, there's not much Howell can do when he's seeing ghost. Same with Geno. There's not much he can do when he's seeing ghost when the O-line is horrible. But when you have a bad O-line, you have to know when to work around that. That's what separates good quarterbacks from elite quarterbacks. Hell, that's what separates good quarterbacks from great quarterbacks, in my opinion. A great quarterback will know, oh, my O-line is doing bad this game. I got to do what I got to do. Either if I got to take a sack if we're in field goal territory and I got to take a sack, or if I just got to throw it away. That was the thing with Russ. Like, even though like he would always hold on to the ball a lot, he would not throw in interceptions. He really wouldn't. And every time I see Geno play, and every time I see him drop back, like sometimes I'm just wondering, like, is he going to throw a pick when he zips it downfield? Like, his decision making is just. His decision making is just not good, and I understand like him having a bad O line is a part of that. But like I said, Russ found a way with a bad O line. Joe Burrow found a way with with the worst O line in history. He went to the Super Bowl, so that's not an excuse in my opinion. Geno has got to perform better, and the O line obviously has to perform better as well, but. When you know that your O-line is not doing you any favors, you got to be able to you have to be able to take over the game. Like Josh Allen, he can take over the game. Whether if his O-line is having a good or bad day, he will take over. It starts with the quarterback on offense, and on defense, it starts with the play calling. I think McDonald just got outcoached. He got outcoached, and that happens. They're not expecting to have a masterful game every single game. You're going to get outcoached every now and then, especially since McDonald's a rookie and LaFleur is he's a seasoned vet. He's been in this league for a minute. He had Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback for a few years. He knows what to do. So McDonald just got outcoached, and I'm not even going to blame McDonald for that. He just faced a superior opponent on offense, I should say. But. So the good part about this game today is we're at home again, and our injuries are looking very, very, very light. There's really not much. There's really nobody out. Nobody notable out. So we are fully healthy, and basically if we lose this game, it's because Minnesota is the better team. Excuse me, Minnesota is just a better team, and that's okay. But if we want to really have a chance to win this division and go to the playoffs, you got to win this game. I just think that, with the Seahawks winning 4 straight, I feel like the team got a little bit lackadaisy. You could tell. I felt like when I was watching the game last Sunday, you could tell that people just weren't having it. They weren't playing with the same urgency they were the past 4 weeks previously. And I'm hoping that this last week was a wake-up call for this team. Especially you got embarrassed on your home field, on prime time on your first Sunday night game in years. Your fans were booing you. Go Pack Go chants were going on in the stadium. I hope that humbled them a bit and really put it in perspective. Oh crap, we can't be lackadaisy. We have to play 110% each time. And I saw Leonard Williams talking about that when he was interviewing with, I don't know if it was the Richard Sherman podcast. I think it was. Either that or Seattle Sports. But either way, he was talking about how that game really humbled everybody, which was great. That's what I like to hear from our leader on defense in Big Cat. So basically, yeah, we have no excuses if we lose this game. It's just that if we lose, the Vikings are a better team, which they're 12-2. So if we do lose, it's not surprising. But we have to come out with much better urgency, because I feel like we did not come out with the same urgency we did the previous few weeks, and that's just unacceptable. On both sides of the ball. I mean, and then I got to talk about Tariq Woolen. He's a great corner. Don't get me wrong. But I just think that he might not be here after this year, and it's not his fault. It's not all his fault. I just think that he may not be. He's not the right fit for Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald, he's all about you got to give 110% on each play, no matter what. And Mike Macdonald even said himself, like, when Reek is locked in, he's locked in, but when he's not, he's not. That's basically, you know what that tells me? That tells me that Reek has lapses in being locked in and lapses of being focused. And Mike Macdonald, that doesn't fly in Mike Macdonald's system. Or on Mike Macdonald's team, I should say. That does not fly. So, I know you guys, I like Reek Woolen, don't get me wrong. But last week against Green Bay, he had the worst game of his career. And that's just not okay. That pass interference he did not need to do that at all. I don't know why he decided he needed to grab onto the guy when he could have just made a play for the ball and you swatted it down or made an interception. I mean, bro has 4.26 40 speed. Use it. And like even with Pete, Pete even said, like, this guy he struggles with tackling. That's the one thing that he struggles with is tackling, and apparently his work ethic. You can't coach work ethic. You just can't. Just look at DeAndre Ayton on the Suns. I know moving out of sport, but you cannot coach work ethic. And his lapses in lapses in judgment, his lapses in focus, it just can't coach that. And that's why I'm saying, like, Reek might not be on this team next year. I think he could get traded either for like a 4th or 5th round pick. We'll see. I mean, he's still on his rookie deal, so maybe we'll just let it play out. But I don't think he's going to be on this team after his rookie deal. Because, like, Devin Witherspoon, he fits what Mike Macdonald wants. He's physical. He gives 110% each play. He knows what Mike wants. He knows how to tackle. That's the guy that Mike Macdonald wants. Witherspoon or the Woolen, no, he's fast. He's quick. He can play good coverage, but he has lapses in focus, and he does horribly in tackling, and that's something that Mike Macdonald does not like. That's the reason why we got rid of Tyrell Dodson and Jerome Baker. Sucked at tackling, was met in coverage, and was not good in the run. And that's why we got Ernest Jones and promoted Tyrese Knight, because those guys are physical. Those guys know the game. They know what Mike Macdonald wants, and so that's what happened. So, you guys can get on me for both. I know there are a lot of Reek and Geno fans out there. You guys can roast me or get on me all in one, tell me how wrong I am. This is my opinion, but this is also what I've noticed. Geno throwing red zone interceptions, not unacceptable. The O-line is horrible. Don't get me wrong. That game against the Cardinals was just I guess a cosmic fluke. 7 sacks allowed is unacceptable, and so we got to do something with the O-line this offseason. That's going to be the number one priority in the offseason is the O-line, and potentially getting another quarterback, because it's a brand new system. It's like I said, Geno. I think Mike is getting fed up with Geno because Mike has said multiple times in the past, do not throw red zone interceptions. He throws red zone interceptions. I mean, you sense the pressure, you take the sack. You're still in field goal range. You have a really good kicker who can kick it from 60 yards on any given day. He doesn't do that. He takes points off the board. So, in order for us to win this game, K9 is back. We got to get K9 going. O-line, if you could figure out a way to replicate the same success you did against the Cardinals, do it. But I'm not having any hope with this O-line. I just saw. I guess it really was just an outlier, that game against the Cardinals. And we let a team that was bottom 5 in pressure rate maul us in the passing game. Just unacceptable by the O-line. So I just think that the O-line is horrible, but I also think that Scott Huff, I don't think he's ready to be an offensive lineman coach, because there are times where people just look lost out there and they don't know what they're doing, and that's coaching right there. Because a good offensive lineman coach will always know how to set his offensive lineman up to make sure to execute the play call that Ryan Grubb, or the offensive coordinator, wants. So, yeah, got to do a better job of blocking up front. And, sorry, my cat's bothering me right now. Okay, buddy, you can go. You can go. I'm making a video right now. I'll get to you later. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No. Sorry, he's a Bombay cat, so he's an attention hog, and he believes he deserves attention every second. So, but anyway, yeah. So we have to run the ball. We have to protect Geno, and Geno's just got to not throw in red zone interceptions. I mean, that's what we got to do on offense. On defense, we got ran all over for the first time in a few weeks. So if we can, figure out how to, take a step back and realize and figure out what we were doing right the first couple times last few weeks, I should say, before the Packers game, where we were able to stop the run, that'd be great. That's how we'll be able to have success on the defense. It starts with stopping the run, and then you can defend the pass. So, yeah, I mean, this game right here could be for the season. It really could be. Because if the Rams win and the Niners win, we could potentially let's see. Actually, no, the Niners are 6-8. All right. So if the Rams win, they go 9-6, and we lose, we go 8-7. We're a game behind. And assuming that we win against the Bears on Thursday, and assuming that the Rams take an L, either today or next week. Or actually not next week, because we face the Rams next week. Assuming that the Rams take an L today, I don't know. I really don't know. Or actually, no, it is the week after, week 16. So assuming that the Rams take an L either today or next week, no, buddy. No. That game against the Rams week 18 could be winner takes all. So, I don't know what we will end up doing if we lose this game. I don't know if we'll throw in the towel. No, we won't. But we have to win the game. As simple as that. You have to run the ball. It's the same thing. The same thing as I've always been saying. Stop the run. O-line's got to find a way to figure it out. And Geno's just got to not throw in red zone interceptions. And play clean football. When Geno plays clean football, we win football games. So, you got to figure something out on offense. And defensively, we cannot basically overall as a team we just cannot repeat that lackadaisical performance that we did last week. So, but yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. I'll be making another video talking about a review of the game either later on tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day, and go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.